Okay, so good evening, everyone. Am I audible, guys? All right. How are you all? I hope you guys are doing well. Okay, so let's start our today's lecture. Okay, so let me just open this whiteboard. Okay, so in last class we have discussed about inline elements and block level elements. Okay, and we discussed one more property which is inline block. Okay, so we have seen these things in detail. Okay, so today we are going to discuss about okay, so today we will discuss about CSS position. Okay, CSS positions properties we will discuss. Okay, okay. So if we talk about CSS positions, so we have different types of position. Like first one we can say static. Okay, static means each and every element of HTML by default containing the static property. Okay, and the second property is relative. Okay, and the third property is absolute. Okay, and the fourth property is sticky. Okay, and then and the fifth property we can say z index. Okay, so this is what like we can say CSS positions property. Okay, and along with this property you can use the supported properties. Okay, so what are the supported properties we have? Let me write here. So supportive. Okay, supportive properties. So what are the supportive properties we have? So first, with this positions property you can use top. Okay, you can give right. Okay, how much right you want to move, how much left you want to move a particular element. Okay, and you can give bottom. Okay, so these are the properties we can give. Okay, and here position. Okay, z index is not a position. Basically index is a supporting property. Okay, so here we can mention z index. Okay, I'll tell you with code as well. So you will get under clarity. Okay, so if we talk about static, okay, so if we talk about static, what do you mean by static? Does anyone know? What is the meaning of static?
Doesn't change.
Okay, static means it doesn't change. Okay, and each and every element of HTML contain which property? Static property. Okay, so default position. This is what default position. Okay, of any HTML element. Okay, after that we have, what is the next property? Relative. Okay, so what is relative property? Anyone have any idea? Okay, so whenever you want to give, if you will mention an element position as relative, so it can move, means from anywhere, like what we can say, independently an element can move. Okay, so we can say this position relative to its own element. What does it mean? Means this is what relative means: independent. Okay, it can move independently, right? Okay, next is what? The third one is we have absolute. Okay, so what is the meaning of absolute? Okay, so means absolute means the element will follow its parents. Okay, so we can say this position, okay, relative to its parent. Okay, and if someone relative to its parents, means depend on parents for their survival, so what we can say? That person is dependent. Okay, so this is what? Dependent. Okay, and after that we have another property which is fixed. Okay, so fixed means, so if you want your element should not move anywhere whenever you are scrolling, so your element should be fixed at one place. So what you can do, you can give position is what? Fixed. For example, have you ever seen here, whenever you are visiting a website, have you ever seen a button here at bottom corner, right side bottom corner? So when you scroll, this button does not scroll. Okay, it should be there on statically. Okay, so this type of elements having property is what, I mean fixed property. So whenever you will click on this button, you will get to the home page. Okay, you will go to the home page. Okay, so such type of elements having fixed property. So we can say this is fixed an element, okay, in the given position. So whatever position you will give, it will remain same on that position, right? Okay. Next is what? Last one is sticky. Okay. Okay. Sticky is one of the cool property. Okay. So sticky means, so whenever you will scroll, so this the element will also scroll, but at some point it will stop to scroll. Okay. So we can say this is to sticky. This is to stick any element, okay, in the given position. Okay. All right. So are you clear with this? Okay. So let's understand it practically now. Like how does it work? But you should know we have these static properties and we have these supporting properties. Is it clear, guys? Does it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let me start VS Code now. Okay. So let me just create one folder. Okay. This is day 3. Okay. Select a folder and here we'll create one file which is index.html. Okay. And at the same time we'll create one more file which is style.css, because yesterday we have written internal css, but today we will write the external css. So what I will do, I'll create one html boiler template first. Okay. And here I will write title is what? CSS position. Okay. All right. Now I will link external style sheet. Link external style sheet. Okay. So how to link? Just use link tag. When you use link tag, so it will give you a relation is what? A style sheet, and href means what is the URL, where is the URL. So I will say in the current folder. So current folder means dot and slash. Now which file I want to link? I want to link style.css. Okay. Make sure you are writing correctly. Don't give any space while writing .css. Okay. All right. So now, okay, let me just write here one hello world to check whether it's working or not. Okay, let me just go to the live, open the live server. Okay, let me open it in Chrome browser. Okay, suppose suppose you forgot, like what is the link. Okay, suppose on new tab I'm opening it. So how you will open it? So what you will do, just remember the port number. What is the port number? 50483. In your case it could be different, so in my case it is 50483. So on Chrome browser, what I will write here, I will write localhost. So when you write localhost and column, localhost means we this website live local machine. On local machine means in our computer. And what is the port number? Port number is 50483. Okay, so localhost colon 5 50483 50483. Okay, and after that press like forward slash and whatever your file name, index.html. So it will open your file. Okay, so it will open your live file. Okay, but your live server should be start, then only it will work. Okay, so it is working. Let's just give some background to check whether this style sheet linked properly or not. So I'm writing here background color is what? Blue. Okay, so we are getting blue color, means style sheet already linked properly. Okay, so all right, so let me just create here one div instead of this. Let me create one div. Okay, so here I will write div and I will write id is box1. Okay, this is div is what? One element, and box1 is what? Its id, and press enter. Okay, so it is coming like this. Okay, and here inside the box1 I am writing here simply box1. Okay, all right, now what I will do, I will design this box1, and in order to understand the properties, first I will design it. So how can I design it? First I'll call the box. How we can call the box? Either by writing the selector name. What is the selector name? Element name we can write as a selector like div. Okay, but we don't want to select it by div, because for example in our HTML, if we have more than one div, so the same style will apply to all the divs. So what I want to select it uniquely. Okay, by its id. So what is the id? Id is box1. Okay, so whenever you are selecting an element by its id, please give hash as an initial. Okay, all right, now let's check whether it's like selected properly or not. So let me just write background color is like blue. So it is selected. Okay, now all right, so can I give width to it? What is the default property? What is the default display property here? Block. Okay, by default div is what? Block label element. Okay, if it is blocked, so we can apply width. Okay, so I want to give some width is like I want to give 200 pixel. Okay, and height also I want to give how many pixels? 100 pixels. Okay, so if you will remove this property, so it will work, because display block by default it is having. Okay, because div is what? Block label element. Okay, in last class we have discussed about block label element and inline elements. Okay, block label elements take complete width. Okay, by default, but we are giving here width and height this much. Okay, I want to give one border. Okay, border is, so here I will write 10 pixel solid and red. Okay, and if you want to give shadow to this box, so you will write here box shadow. Okay, and here you will write x and y. Okay, x direction and y direction, like for example 2 pixel and 3 pixel. Now here you will write the blur. How much you want to blur? Okay, suppose 5 pixel I want to do the blur. And what should be the color? The color should be the black, or color should be yellow. Okay, any color you can give, but here I'll give black. Okay, so if we talk about border, so what property we give? First we write border, and after that what we give? Width. Okay, border width, okay, and then we write border style, and then we give border color. Okay, so this is what shorthand property. Okay, in the same way we write here box shadow. So when we write box shadow, so what we give x direction, okay, we give y direction, then we give blur, how much you want to blur it, and then you write color. Okay, I hope it is clear. Suppose if I will increase the direction by 7, what will happen? So it is moving this side. Okay, like this. And if you will increase this, okay, so it will go like this. Okay, so what I want, I don't want to give any blur, I mean x, and I don't want to give any y. I just want to blur it, how much? 10 pixel. Okay, all right. And here I want to give border color is what? White. Okay, and what I want to give border radius as well. So border, how you can give the border radius? Just write border and write radius, and you can mention like 5 pixel or whatever, like 15 pixel. Okay, so this is a, okay, and I want to change the color, background color. I don't want to give this, something like this. Okay, so this is my box. Okay, I just want to give the, I want to change the color of this also, text color. So how we can change? I will just write here simply, if I write here color white. Okay, so it is giving white color to this. All right, now let's understand position. Okay, okay, so if we talk about position, so what's the default position of an element? What's the default position? Which is static. Okay, so if it is static, means if you will give left position, so what will happen? If you will give left like 200 pixel, will it move? No. If you will give left and if you will give top, so will it move? No, it will not move, right? So it is not moving. But if you will give position is what? Position. Okay, so how many positions we can give? If we talk about position, so how many positions we have? Static. Okay, static, and we have, can anyone tell me?
Relative,
Yes. And then
absolute,
absolute. Next,
fixed,
fixed we have, and
sticky.
yes, very nice. Okay, so sticky we have. So if we are giving static, so means this left and right, left and top, okay, will not work. Supportive properties will not work when you will give static. Okay, please note this point. Okay, and if you will write here, if you will write here another property, suppose relative. Okay, so when you will write relative, so it will work. Okay, means it will allow left and top. Okay, for example, I want to move it from 140 pixel. Okay, so it is moving 140 pixel from top. Okay, if you want to move it 180 pixel, so it will move. Okay, all right. Suppose if I'm writing here right, I want to move it from the right like 50 pixel, what will happen? So when you are giving this left, so with left you can use top, with left you can use top. But when you are giving position is what, right? So with right you can use bottom. Okay, bottom is like 30 pixels. So we write here negative. If we write here bottom is what, 130 negative. Okay, so like this you can move. Okay, either you can give right and bottom, or you can give left and top. Okay, let me comment it. Let me remove the comment from here. Okay, so this is the one thing. The second thing is, okay, another thing is, for example, okay, let me do one thing. Okay, so I'm just removing this from here, and let me apply this. Okay, let me just create one more divs. Okay, so this is what box 1. Okay, and this is box 2. This is box 3, and this is box 4. We need to create fifth box also, box 5. Okay, so on box 1, what I want to give, I want to give static. Okay, and on box 2 I will apply relative. Okay, and in box 3, I'll apply, I will apply a relative. Okay, and in box 4 I will apply relative, and but inside this box 4 I'll create one more box. Okay, inner. Okay, I'm writing id is what, inner. Inside the inner box I'm writing this content. Okay, so inside the inner box I'll create this. Inner will hold the absolute property. Okay, absolute property means this inner div is dependent on the outer div. Okay, on box. Okay, so I need to change the box means id also. Okay, so after that, on box 5 we will apply fixed. Okay, and on box 5, okay, and box 6 we will apply the sticky. Right. Okay, so let me change the box numbers as well. So this is box 1, and this is box 2, and box 3, box 4, okay, and box 5, and box 6. Okay, so we have this different box. Let me just quickly write here also 2, 3. Okay, and here is what inner. This is the box 5 and box 6. Okay, so let me just design this box. Okay, so let's design this box. How you will design? Okay, so if you want this property, if you want to apply this property on each box, so what we can give, we can simply write here div. Okay, so on each div this property is applying. Okay, so on each div this property is applying, right? And if you want padding, or we can say margin, so we can give margin also. Margin like 20 pixels. Margin means it will take space from outside. Okay, space from outside. Okay, outside the border we are giving 20 pixel space. Okay, and if you will write padding here, padding means, so see, our content is not having any property. Okay, I mean any space. So if you want space between content and border, so what you will write, I mean padding. So if you will write here 20 pixel, this padding apply from inside. Okay, so see, if, there is a difference, there is a space between, we can say, border and content. Okay, but you can give this, like you can use, so like you can mention specifically like which property you want to give. So you can give like padding left, padding right, and padding bottom. Okay, so like that we can mention, but here basically I'm giving padding left. Okay, all right. Now what I want to select the first box. So if I will select the first box, okay, so here what I will write here box 1. Okay, so I want to give here position is what, static. Okay, this is what, static. So if it is static we cannot do anything much. Okay, left and top will not work. Okay, all right. So now let me write here box 2. On box 2, what we want to give, we want to give different property which is relative. Relative means it can move absolutely. Okay, so here top and like top I want like 300 pixel. Okay, so this second element is moving, and from left I want again 300 pixel. Okay, so this box 2 is coming here. Let me just write here 200 pixel, or let me write here 10 pixel. Okay, so it is coming here. Okay, now next is we have box 3. Okay, box 2 is relative and box 3 also relative. Okay, box 3 we should not write here. Okay, so we have box 4 for what, relative and absolute. So what I will do, I will call box 4. Okay, so I mean box 3 I will move. Okay, let me change the background color like green, so we can identify which is, okay, box 3 is there. Okay, box 4 it is actually. So box 4. Okay, so we are talking about this box. Okay, so let me just increase the width of this box because it is having which element? Inner element as well. So I will give width is what? Like 400 pixel, and height is what? 600 pixel. Okay, so this is having, this green box is having relative property. Okay, if it is having relative property, we can move it independently, but this inner element having absolute property, so it will follow its parent. Okay, so it will follow its parent. Let me just move it. So position relative. Okay, so can I move it? uh, Top is, suppose left is what? 200 pixel. So it is moving, but see, this inner elements also moving. Okay, inner element also moving. All right, so if I will call this inner element, what is the id of inner element? The inner elements having inner id. Okay, so if I will say inner element, okay, so I want to move inner element. So how it will move? So let me just write position first. It is not relative. If I give relative, oh, okay, let me write here absolute only. Okay, now let me just here write left is what? 10 pixel, or like 100 pixel, 110 pixel. So it is moving from 110, or means 100 pixel from its parent. Okay, so it is not considering its border from this edge, it is considering its border to its parent. So it is moving from its parent. Okay, so if I will write top also, top is what? Like 30 pixel. So it is it is considering like the page for this inner element. The place for this inner element is the parent only, so it is considering this parent's height. Okay, so if I write 130 pixel, so it will take 130 pixel from its parent. Okay, inner element is following its parent, it is not following this complete like what we can say, complete page. Okay, so this is how inner is working. Now let's talk about box 5. So box 5 is having fixed. Okay, box 5 is what? Fixed. So let me write here fixed property. So let me call box 5. Okay, so let me just, okay, so let me just give some background color, like which color? Chocolate color to it. Okay, and I want to reduce its size, or okay, let's not reduce the size, just give the position. Position is what? Fixed. Okay, so position is what? Fixed. Okay, so let me just give the width, I mean left and right. Left is what? 100 pixel, and top is what? 100 pixel. So it is coming. Okay, this is coming, but see, all the elements are moving, but this box 5 is at the same place. Okay, let's try to keep it here. Okay, so what I want, I just want to give more radius to it. Radius. Okay, border radius is what? 100 pixel. Okay, okay. And let me give some width. Width is what? Like 50 pixel. Okay, so like this. So if you want to keep it in corner, so what we can do? We can give here. We can give here from right, move it 100 pixel, and from bottom. Okay, from bottom keep it 10 pixel. Okay, so it is coming this side, but let me just keep it 10 pixel only. So it is coming this side. Okay, let me just remove the text here. Instead of text, I want to give here some emoji. So in order to give emoji, what you can do, you can press window key and dot. Okay, so this emoji will come, up arrow. Okay, so this up arrow is coming. So let me just write here up arrow. Okay, so let me just write here 80% width or 50% width. Okay, like this. So everything is moving, but this is not moving. Okay, it is not moving, right? And we can give target also. Okay, like if you want it should move, it should go to the home page, so we can give href and we can mention id, so that also we can do. But the idea is I'm going to show, I'm just showing you how fixed property working. The fixed means fixed element. Okay, now let's talk about another property which is sticky. Okay, all right, so we will apply this sticky on box 6. So hash box 6. Okay, so all right, so let me just write here position is what? Sticky. Position is what? Sticky. And let me write here top is what? 10 pixel. And we can say top is this. Okay, so see, box 1 is here, so let's try to give sticky to this box 1, so it will work because our box 6 in bottom, so that's why it is not properly, we cannot demonstrate properly. So let me just write box 1 is what? Sticky. Instead of static, what I'm writing here is sticky. Okay, so if you will write sticky here, okay, so can you see? And let me write here like 190 pixels. Okay, so see, okay, why it is working like this. Okay, what's a mistake here? Let me just search here sticky in CSS. Okay, so how sticky property behave? Let's see. So sticky property behave like this. Can you see when we are scrolling down? So it's everything is scrolling down, but when it hit to the top, okay, top border, then it will stop like moving. Okay, it will be same on that position as only. Okay, so like that I am trying to implement here also, but I don't know what is the error is coming. Okay, I'm writing here position is sticky and I'm giving this. So box 1 is what position. I'm writing sticky, but it is not behaving accordingly. Okay, let me create one independent element. Okay, let me just create another page. Form.html. Okay, let me write some HTML here. Sticky. Okay, so here, okay, let me just open this URL. So what's the URL? Home.html. Okay, so home.html is coming and sticky title is coming. All right, so here what I want, here I want to create one div. Okay, so let me just design this div. How can I design? I'm using internal CSS, and here I will write the element name and I will write the width. Before writing the width, let's just give the background first. Background color is what, let's say red. Okay, and let me write here width is what 100 VW means viewport width I'm giving, and let me give some height. Height is what, like 200 pixel. Okay, so this div is coming something like this. Not 200 pixel, just give it around 100 pixel. Okay, so it is coming something like this. At the same time, let's give some position. Position is what, sticky. Okay, position is sticky, and let's just give top to it. Top it is what, like 200 pixel I'm giving. So top is 200 pixel, or let me write here 10 pixel. Why this is not applying? Anyone have any idea why it is not working? Position is sticky, top this. Let me try this 5 also. Okay, so here is what position this, and okay, so like 10 pixel will it work here? Okay, so like top it is not working with this. So what they did, they mentioned some content above it. So what we will do, same we will do, we will also keep some content at the top of it. So on the top of div I will write one paragraph, and it is having some lorem 40. Okay, so it is having some content like lorem 40. Okay, and below this div we are also having some h1 having lorem 50. Okay, and let's just repeat this content. Okay, so we have this content. So now see, the position of this like div is what sticky, so it will scroll at some time, but when it will hit the border it will stop moving. Okay, let me just remove the top. Okay, let me remove the top from here. So when it will hit the border, okay, not remove, just write top 0 pixel. Okay, so when it will hit the like what we can say top border, it will stop scrolling. Okay, so this is the mean of sticky. Okay, so we can create the sticky navbar, okay, like this. But the thing is, you should have content on your page, then only you can see the difference. Okay, is it clear, guys? Is it clear? Okay, now let's understand the z index property. Z index means, for example, can you see this box 1? Box 1 is behind this green box. Okay, so what I want to give the z index. So when you will increase the z index of this box 1, it will come on top. Okay, it will appear on the top. So where is the box 1? So here is the box 1. If you will increase the z index, okay, by 1, so see, your box 1 is coming on top, right? And if you will write the 0, so it will go back. Okay, like this. Okay, you can give 1 also. Okay, so now your green box having no z index. So if you will increase the green box z index, means box 4 z index, if you will increase z index. Okay, so if you will write here 2, so see which box is coming on top, green box. If you will increase the z index of box 1, then it will come on top. So if you will write 3, so which is having more z index, box 1 is having more z index. This is a green box also having the z index, but it is lesser than the box 1. So that is why the which box having the more z index, it will come on top, it will appear on top. Okay, so hope you guys are clear with these all properties. Okay, so today we have discussed about static, relative, absolute, sticky. Okay, and we discussed about this supporting property and z index. Okay, so static means default position of any element. Relative means independently, you can move an element independently on your page. Absolute means it is dependent on its parent. Okay, so it will consider its parents as like its page. Okay, so whatever position it will take with respect to its parent. Fixed means if you want to make an element fixed, so it will be remain at the same position. Sticky means, so it will scroll at certain point, then it will stop moving. Okay, it will be fixed. Okay, so this is the nature of sticky. Okay, and z index means if a element having more z index, that will come on top. Okay, you can give z index in minus as well if you want to bring an element like behind any other element, so you can give negative z index also. Okay, so if two elements having z index, so which element having more Z index that will appear on top. Okay, so this is the thing we have discussed today. Does anyone have any doubt in today's lecture? Okay, anyone having any doubt? Yes or no? I
No, sir.
okay. I hope you don't have any doubt. And please practice this like positions. Okay. And tomorrow we will start with flex property. Flex is one of the important property of CSS. Okay. So we will discuss flex box. Okay. So tomorrow class is very important because flex box is what one of the important and advanced property in CSS. So we will learn in detail. All right. Thank you everyone for giving your valuable time.
Thank you, sir.
Good night.